in imagination mode. Let me take you to an imagination. Now imagine that you have drawn the best painting, a masterpiece, and you filled it with vibrant and bright colors. It's new, it's fresh, it has all inspiring colors that you can even think of, ever imagine of. It has got a lot of applauses, a lot of praises from your friends, relatives, parents, everybody. With the passage of time, the colors have started fading. It is still on your wall. And you are getting advices from your friend to remove that painting because the colors are faded. Replace it with something new, some vibrant colors, some fresh colors. Yes, do something innovative with the painting. You are getting that advice. No matter how much you love that painting, but since the colors are faded, it is no more attractive. The same theory is of cliche. Yes, now what is cliche? Have you ever heard this word? All English learners, cliche is a new word that I have brought. I think that most of the advanced learners, they already know what cliche is. But if you are a beginner or you are an intermediate learner, cliche is a new thing that you should learn. Cliche, as it is said, cliche, C-L-I-C-H-E. Yes, it is. So, these means the words, expressions or phrases that you are using repeatedly, and overuse of these words and expressions have made it obsolete, uninteresting, dull and boring. That means you have used these expressions so much that it has lost its originality and it no more sounds interesting to the speaker. It does not sound appealing to the one you want to give the message to. It is actually not conveying the message. Yes, whenever we are creating a painting, we always have that imagery in our mind. But when we are trying to create an image, the image does not create. The message is conveyed somehow, but the meaning is not having any impact on the listener. Then the conversation is a failure. Yes, do you want your English conversation to be a failure? So stop repeating these cliches. Now these cliches are something that we are doing every day. These are those common idioms and expressions that we are using every day. We are surrounded by it. We cannot escape it. And you find these cliches being repeated by not only kids, by teenagers also, by your parents also, by your teachers also, by educators, by each and every age group person. You find these cliches because they are so common, and we have made it common by overusing it. So let's first discuss the 9 common cliches, and then let me tell you what are the smart words that can be used in place of these cliches. Very first one, in a nutshell. So many times we use this all the time. So in a nutshell, we keep on repeating that, isn't it? So avoid using in a nutshell, and instead you can use in short or you can use briefly. Yes, so in a nutshell is a cliche and has been overused, used a lot. So avoid using it and use instead briefly. Next is at the end of the day. Yes, at the end of the day, again and again, repeating it kills the objective why we are saying this. It just does not serve the purpose. So at the end of the day could be replaced by finally or consequently. We as English learners know so many synonyms. We know so many beautiful, elegant words. Why not use them? And why we are using and repeating the same expressions again and again and again. That just kills the mood of having a good conversation, right? Next is, I'm giving 110%. Now 100% is total, and there is no such thing like 110% or any amount of more than 100%. Yes, so practically also it is not possible, and giving more than 100%, not logical also. Yes, so instead of saying that I am giving my 110% or I want 110% from you, that would be a cliche, and you should avoid it by replacing it with I'm giving my all. I'm putting all the efforts. Yes, I'm really working hard to give my best. So many expressions are there instead of using the cliche again and again and again. Next is as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact. Next one. So as a matter of fact, when you want to say something that is really factual, actual, yes, so why not use a beautiful word that we already know? Actually, yes. So actually this happens instead of you think that you're sounding too smart, you're just extending your conversation too much and you are using an expression that before you has already been used by millions of people. So if it is overused in your verbal communication and in your writing skills, it is a cliche. So as a matter of fact, it's a cliche, and I have seen many people taking it as a habit. Some expressions have like now become a part of the conversation. It has become their identity. You can recognize a person by the manner he's using the same expression every time he meets. In whichever situation he's talking, he's repeating the same expressions again and again. We have so many expressions. English is a vast language with thousands of expressions, millions of words. So use those words instead of repeating the same obsolete, archaic expressions that were used in 18th century also. It's time for innovation. It's high time for a change. Okay? So now you will know that you're going to replace as a matter of fact with actually. Yes, keep it simple so that the other person understands. Yes. Next is out of the box. Out of the box. Think out of the box. We always do this. We always say this as a parent. We say this to a child. Come on, he is bringing, my neighbor's son is bringing such good marks and you are just not thinking out of the box. Yes, do something differently. We just mean that. Do something differently. But out of the box has become such a cliche. That means it has been used again and again so many times that people fail to imagine any box and like literally coming out of it. Again, literally also is a word that is a cliche. So you see that not only me, not only you, but people like really cannot avoid using cliches. It is a part of a conversation, but we need to avoid. And at the end of the session, I am going to tell you that what is wrong with using cliches. What's wrong with that? We'll talk about it. Yes? So out of the box, instead of using out of the box, they cannot imagine a box and you coming out of it or anybody expecting to come out of it. So instead of out of the box, you can say just think differently. Yes, think differently. You have conveyed your message in simple words, message received. Next one. All that glitters is not gold. And similar, so many expressions. Now when I share this, all that glitters is not gold, this expression, right now, so many common idioms, phrases must have come to your mind. That yes, if this is a cliche and this, we have been using this from a long time, it's not wrong. Grammatically, it is not wrong. It has just become a cliche by overusing of this expression. Yes, like suppose you are in a party, again my favorite place, and you see a beautiful woman and you say, oh, she's as beautiful as a rose. Anytime you see any beautiful face, any beautiful person, you say, oh, she's beautiful as a rose. So as beautiful as a rose, as a simile also has become now a cliche because we have used it again and again and again in our conversation. So many expressions. These are just the 9 that we are discussing, but this can give you an idea, this can create an imagery in your mind that actually so many cliches are there that we are surrounded with. Try avoiding them. Okay, why? We'll get to know. Now, you saw that all that glitters is not gold. We use this every time. Now, the meaning of this is that everything that's shining is not necessarily a gold. Okay, so why not use it in the same word? Every shining stone is not a gold. Use it like that instead of saying all that glitters is not gold, all that glitters is not gold. Repeating it many times because it's an expression and we just know that expression fits the situation, so we are using it here. No matter how many times we have used that expression, that's really killing the magic in the situation. Okay. So all that glitters is not gold is cancelled now, and instead of that, use every shining stone is not necessarily a gold. Okay. Just rephrase it. You can make changes. These phrases also only we have made, so we can make changes anytime we want. We all are grammarians, we all are learners. Okay. Next is back on track. Yes, back on track, back on business, back to pavilion. All these expressions we use many times, and I don't know how many times I have used, you have used, we all have used similar other expressions like back to track, back on track. Yes. Now enough talking about all those stories. Now come back to the studies. Okay, come from wherever we were, where we have left. So back on track means either you can say concentrate now, or you can say okay, now let's focus on this, whatever particular thing you are doing. So back on track can be replaced, the cliche can be replaced by let's focus, or let's concentrate, or let's emphasize on this particular thing. Next is laughter is the best medicine. How many times? I think millions and maybe more than million times you must have heard this expression, laughter is the best medicine. Laughter is the best medicine. If you are a comedy lover, if you have a great sense of humor, you make people laugh, or you love laughing on people's joke, then you use this expression every time. Yes, somebody says you keep on laughing all the time and say, oh, laughter is the best medicine. Okay, so do you think that your reply, your response have made them think of anything? No. No, the imagery is totally killed here. And why? Because it is an outdated expression of English that people have used so many times that it's really not bringing any interest in the English conversation. Yes, laughter is the best medicine can be replaced by like humor is the cure for everything or anything. Humor is the cure for anything and everything in this world. Laughter, humor, similar but a better word. Yes, so always try to use better words instead of repeating cliches. Yes, and making your conversation dull and uninteresting and boring. Next is early to bed, early to rise. This is so common. Yes, and now you know that early to bed, early to rise, that our parents tell us every time whenever they intend to motivate us so that we can get to sleep, get to bed early and get up early next morning. This is a common thing that the teachers say, parents say, relatives say, yes, our well-wishers say, early to bed, early to rise, early to bed. This is something we know. This is something what is believed. It has been pushed on from generation to generation, and we are also quoting the same. There is no originality in that. Something that I am copying and now pasting to you because I know that it's a fact. I know grammatically I will not go wrong because I am repeating the same expression that my ancestors have been using for so many years. Yes, but come on, it is time to break the stereotype. It is time to have some innovative expressions now, and there are plenty of new and unusual expressions and funny expressions, interesting expressions that you can always use in your English conversation and make your conversation interesting and fun. We have spoken about so many expressions. Then why are we using the same expressions again and again and again? So now I hope that all these 9 expressions you have understood that they are not only expressions but they are also cliches, and we have made it cliches by overusing these expressions in so many years also. There is always an option of rephrasing the idiom or the phrases according to the situation. Yes, you're always free for doing that. So try to do that. Now, as I told you that early to bed, early to rise, or laughter is the best medicine, as a matter of fact, or we are as beautiful as a rose, or in a nutshell, all these we are using every day, every time, every moment of the day. We are using some of the cliches somewhere in our conversation, isn't it? So what is wrong? What is wrong in that? What is wrong is when you are using the cliche, especially in your writing, that firstly gives an impression that you cannot think of anything original. You have just copied an expression or an idiom that people have used so much that now it has turned from an expression to a cliche. That shows that you're so lazy, you are so careless to think about new words. Yes, you have no originality. So 3 bad effects of using cliches, 3 disadvantages of using cliches in your conversation, whether it's a verbal communication or it is your writing skill. Especially in your writing skills, you should always avoid using cliches because it gives a bad impression. Instead, now what you can do instead, because we are, as I told you, surrounded by so many cliches. Keep learning, have fun, yes, take a chill pill, have a good day. It doesn't matter. Never late, better late than never, sorry. And there are so many similar expressions. And so many times you find at the end of the story they say, and they lived happily ever after. How many times? The story always ends with happily ever after. So happily ever after is also a cliche. Yes. Then it is very hard to avoid these cliches in our verbal communication and writing skills, but it is required if you don't want to give a bad impression on the examiner or on the listener. You should avoid using cliches and instead replace these expressions by either rephrasing it to something else. Yes, like this is also a cliche, like do not throw stones. People who live in glass house do not throw stones. Yes, that is the expression. And how can you replace that? By just judge yourself first. Okay. Now this one expression that recently I've been hearing so many times that I think that this also has turned into a cliche, and that is, don't judge a book by its cover. Isn't it? How many times I've heard it? One expression, one metaphor, one idiom, it is fresh and innovative, and then we use it and we use it and we use it so many times till it becomes obsolete and we tag it as a cliche. Do you want your expressions to be cliche? Then be dynamic, be changing, accept changes all the time. What you can do is, when you've written your writing skill, you can always rephrase, go through your draft, rephrase it, try to change the expressions. If possible, you can rewrite your sentences. Yes, and always try to avoid these cliches if you don't want to give a very bad impression, if you don't want to sound lazy and careless. Okay? Okay, so I hope that cliche was something new and different that you are going to avoid now, and you can sit and analyze that actually yes, so many cliches, these are just 9, but we know 90 cliches that you're using every single day, right? If we are conversing in English, there are so many expressions that people are using, so we are using. There is no proper logic behind that. Yes, but now you make a change because you know that you have all the control to make the change. Make new expressions, make your idioms, make self-made expressions, yes, and use it. There is no harm in that. Instead of copying somebody else, what they have written years before, try to be innovative and try to do something that is of your own. You will love your expressions, the new expressions that you have learned, and how effectively you can use it. Yes, it's really going to bring a big change. I hope this video was relevant for you, and if you want me to bring more such videos, do not forget to subscribe to my channel Vocavita English, and I'll be bringing you new videos every week. Till then, happy learning. Happy learning has also become a cliche, but thanks for watching is also a cliche, and have a good day is also a cliche now. So okay, bye bye. That can never be a cliche. Have a good day.